everyone, my name is Evangeline and welcome to my art spot. Today I decided to draw for you one of our famous landmarks called the Crater Lake here in Oregon. I've always wanted to go to Crater Lake and one day I hope to go soon with my husband. I was planning on making this a series where I draw all the specific landmarks where I want to go visit. I was either going to do that every week or every other week and kind of spice it up a bit and get more in tune with landscapes. I've always been so bad at landscapes and I thought that this would be a great way to just expand my art. So I looked it up on Google because I was particularly interested on how Crater Lake was made. So apparently it is a volcanic depression called a caldera that is formed by the collapse of a 3,700 mile volcano known as Mount Mazima? I think that's what it says. During the enormous eruption approximately 7,700 years ago. That's a long time for this freaking crater to just be there. Like, volcanoes are so amazing. I just love how volcanoes were made and what consists of a volcano. Apparently, the person who discovered the Crater Lake was called John W. Willman in 1853. I don't know why, but for some reason, it liked to say the first authentic visit was by white men, was not made by 1853. I don't know why that's important, but apparently it's important to Google. And the lake part that actually is around the crater is 2,148 feet deep. Oh my gosh, that is deep. Like, you could get lost in there. Apparently with the whole national park, there's actually a place where you have to stop, otherwise you're gonna like fall to your death. I've heard many horror stories that Aaron have told me about people getting lost in this place and like children because parents don't keep an eye on them. But I really want to see it. I just love volcanoes. And I wondered why the water looks so blue. Like, it was such an intense blue. And it's because the water is so deep and the sunlight just penetrates through the water. It's just amazing. I just love this landscape and I hope to go see it soon. And apparently scientists are not certain of whether or not the magma is still in the crater, which I think is really cool. Like, I know it's a scary thought that any moment this thing could just burst. It might burst. But I just think it's so cool. Like, I just love... I'm gonna say it again. I love volcanoes. I don't know why. It's just their structure is so rigid and I just love the fact that they actually have something inside of them. This brings me to a story time, not particularly dealing with Crater Lake. I did live in Washington for quite some time and I did pay a visit to Mount St. Helens. Now, as we all know, Mount St. Helens is still very active. I was actually alive the second time it erupted and blew off its entire front face. You can see the crater inside. We actually went to go see it like a couple months after it had erupted again. And it was so cool. Like, you would not believe what the volcano left behind. It was just like one side was green and then the other side was like sad and depression. But for me, that's just, I don't know why, it's just so amazing that this one mountain out of a million mountains has magma from our core inside of it. It just amazes me. I remember being little because I didn't always think that volcanoes were cool, and I was so scared that Mount St. Helens was going to erupt. Like, I literally did not want to be there, but because I love like the forest and, you know, my parents made me go, of course, I just wanted to see it for myself. I wanted to see my very first volcano, and that was Mount St. Helens. I also got a cool like ash trinket. It was like glass and ash. I don't really have it anymore, but I remember it was a cat. So that's pretty cool too. What was your guys' first visit to a national park? Like I said, mine was Mount St. Helens, and I would love to hear your guys' story about your first national park and if it excited you and if it scared you. I just really would like to know you guys. This drawing was so much fun. I just loved the blending in it, and I actually love how this picture turned out. This was one of my many first landscape drawings since, oh god, I haven't drawn a landscape since middle school. Like an actual landscape. I think I still have the oil painting. Maybe not. I think I might have thrown it away. I was like, oh, if I had the oil painting, I could just put it on the side of the video, but I think I might have thrown it away. But if I do find it, I will be posting it on my Twitter or my Instagram if you guys are interested. My Instagram is at eatangelinart, and my Twitter is eatangelinartist if you guys are interested. And if I do find the landscape, I'll literally have it on one of those two websites. I always feel so self-conscious whenever I draw a landscape, or if I draw a person and I really want there to be a landscape to go with it. I don't know why, it just overwhelms me because I feel like I can't pay as much attention to the character as I want. But then I realize, I can pay as much attention to anything as I want. I don't have to pay specific attention to one thing or another. And I think that's what really drew me to this picture, was because I did the landscape first before I even started on the girl. Like, I wanted a general idea of where I wanted her to go, but other than that, I didn't mess with her at all until the entire landscape was done and over with, because I wanted to make sure that the landscape was good before I actually went in and did the girl. And I might give you a hint to the next drawing that I'm going to be doing for this series. I'm going to give you a hint. It has a cafe, and that is all. Wow. I'm really apologizing for the pop-ups that you see once in a while. That's my husband doing his D&D campaign, and I accidentally throughout this picture forgot to turn that notification thing off. I'm gonna have to remember it for next time, and I really do apologize. I just didn't want you guys to be like, oh, why is that there? What is she doing? It's not me. It's my husband, and he has his Discord on his phone, and for some reason he likes to keep the notifications on here also. So I like to turn that off, but for this picture I just forgot, and because I was just so into what I was doing, and I really do apologize for that. Okay, so I'm gonna try reading a little bit more about Crater Lake because I need something to talk about. So I looked it up on Wikipedia, and if I start stuttering, I really apologize. I haven't read out loud in a very long time. So it says Crater Lake is known for the Old Man of the Lake, a full-size tree which is now a log that has been bobbling vertically in the lake for over a century. The low temperature of the water has slowed the decomposition of the wood, hence its longevity? I think that's what it is. Crater Crater Lake features two small items. The Wizard Island, located near the west shore of the lake, is a cinder stone approximately 316 acres in size, and the Phantom Ship, a natural rock pillar that is located near the southern shore. While having no indigenous fish population, the lick was stocked from 1888 to 1941 with variety of fish. Since then, several species have formed self-sustaining populations. Since 2002, one of the state regular issue license plate designs have featured Crater Lake. The commemorative? It's a big word. Oregon State Quarter, which was released by the United States Mint in 2005, features the image of Crater Lake. La 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 la. Sacred significance. Ooh, let's talk about Indians. The Klamath tribe of the Native Americans, whose oral history describes their ancestors witnessing the collapse of Mount Mazima and the formation of Crater Lake, regard the lake as an abode to the Great Spirit. Klamath oral history tells of a battle between the sky god Skell and the god of the underworld Lau. The prominent feature at the Crater Lake is the Lau Rock. That's really cool. They took the Indians' beliefs and they actually named them that. Mount Mazima was destroyed in battle, creating Crater Lake, called Giwas in the Klamath language. The Klamath people used Crater Lake in vision quests, which were often involved climbing the caldera walls and other dangerous tasks. Those who were successful in such quests were often regarded as having more spiritual powers. The tribe still holds Crater Lake in high regard as a spiritual site. That is so cool. I wonder if there's like a, what is that called? An Indian resort? That would be really cool to go see. Just to see all like the totems and everything and see what actually like Crater Lake was all about to them. That's so cool. Indians are awesome. I'm only a little bit Indian. I'm about like as much as my pinky nail, which isn't very much, but I think it's so cool. You guys, I was looking into the hotels and stuff, and they're like averaging $104 a day. A day! Holy cannoli! That's like 2 work days for me. Maybe 1 if I work like a 11-hour shift. Holy balls! Oh my god! I hope you're rich, cause if you go to Crater Lake and you wanna go stay at a hotel, girl, you better have that money. Oh, and apparently you can swim in the Crater Lake. You just can't swim near the crater because apparently there's a bunch of, what are those spiral thingies called? They're called an undertow. I totally just didn't look that up on Google just now. Haha. I have to say, the one downside of living in Oregon is that every summer, no matter what, there's always a bunch of fires, especially near where I live, because there's so many mountains where I am, and it's sometimes scary being in a place where, there could be fires literally anywhere you go, but I actually like it here in Oregon. I love the beautiful mountainscapes and I like how fresh the air is. Washington, it was nice, but like the name, it always rains. It's called the Evergreen State for a reason. But the one thing that I really miss from living in Washington would have to be the rain during the summertime. It almost never snows unless you live more like north to Canada, but where I lived in Washington, there was rarely ever snow, and during the summertime, rain, constant. but it was like, it wasn't cold rain, it was hot rain. So that is the one thing I do miss from Washington to Oregon, is just all the rain and it being so green and not having to worry about a lot of fires, really. I think there was only one fire when I lived there, and it was like in Vancouver, I think. Yeah. And you know, it didn't really smoke that bad in Washington. And here, if there's one fire, there's another one like right across the street from it. It's sometimes really scary, you know? But I wouldn't have it any other way. How's your guys' week so far? Mine has been okay. I've been getting back into the swing of things for work, because I had some time off because I was allegedly supposed to have some jury duty, but for my cause, it got canceled. So yay me, I didn't have to go to jury duty for the very first time, and hopefully we'll never have to do that ever again, because that was just so stressful for me. I actually ended up downloading this app. This is not sponsored at all. It's called Pacifica, and it's actually helped me a lot with my stress. Like every night I'll just go to bed and I'll turn on Pacifica and I'll meditate for however long I feel like I need to. With my stress, I tend to overstress even if someone's trying to help me, but I feel with Pacifica, not sponsored, I cannot stress this enough. But I feel like with Pacifica, it's something new. It's not someone telling you, you know, you shouldn't stress out. It actually is saying, you know, it's okay if you stress out. And I actually really like that. And it has like communities where you can go to and talk to people who have the same problem you do. And it's actually really nice. So if you guys are a stressor like me and need an app, go to Pacifica. I mean, you'll have to pay full price for it if you want everything included with Pacifica, because like I said, this isn't sponsored. But if you guys need something that, you know, is just a quick and easy thing and just helps you distress, I totally recommend it. Alright, you guys, coming to the end of this video, I would love to say thank you so much for watching my video. And if you guys have any clues to what cafe means for the next video, well, maybe not the next video, but let me know in the comments below if you would like me to keep going with this series every week or every other week. I would love to hear you guys. But if you guys have any idea of what I mean by cafe, please leave a comment down below, and I would love to hear from your beautiful faces about how you loved or disliked this picture. I personally love it, but I'm always open to new people and new criticisms. As long as it's not hate mail, I'm good. So, I would love for you all to have a wonderful day. And remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification button if you wish to do so. And I hope to see you all in my next video. Thank you so much and have a great and blessed day.